Now, respected Kailash Narayan retired as practicing civil lawyer. He is an alumni of Allahabad and Lucknow University and was associated with the Quit India movement, which was India's independence movement from the British rule. He also held the position as a student union bearer for UP Students Federation and Lucknow University. Mr. Narayan was in contact with Mahatma Gandhi during his stay in Allahabad as a volunteer in Anand Bhavan, where Gandhiji used to stay. Mr. Narayan is currently visiting New Bloomington to see his grandchildren. Please welcome Mr. Narayan.
Personally had some opportunity to come in contact with Mahatma Gandhi. When I was a student at Allahabad from 1938 to 1942, he attracted his best of the people from urban and rural India, which far surpassed any contemporary or present-day Indian political figure. As a volunteer in Anand Bhavan, where Gandhiji stayed in Allahabad, I had some opportunity to attend his prayer meeting at 3:30 a.m. and morning walk. Young people like me had to run, young men of course not now, young people like me had to run, keep pace with him. He exhibited superhuman energy. On 62nd anniversary of Indian Independence Day, we fondly remember Mahatma Gandhi, popularly known as father of the nation. Political movements before the advent of Mahatma Gandhi were 1857 mutiny, a peasant uprising in Deccan in 1870s, and the foundation of Indian National Congress in 1885. With the help of some Britishers, you will be surprised to know, raising such demands as holding of an Indian civil service examination in India. In the 19th century and early 20th century, leaders like Lokpal Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal emerged, denouncing British rule as an attack on Indian culture. Maulana Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, popularly known as Ali Brothers, who founded the Muslim League, joined the movement and also raised their voice against the British rule as an attack on Indian culture. These leaders had a limited mass appeal, restricted to urban areas. I again emphasize it, their appeal was only limited to urban areas, not to the entire peasant mass of the country. Urban areas. Muhammad Ali Jinnah at that time was member of Indian National Congress. Very surprising. Jinnah proposed that only matriculates be permitted to become members of the Indian National Congress. He was a highly westernized man. This was opposed by Mahatma Gandhi. Jinnah decided to part company and to join Muslim League. Before coming to India, Mahatma Gandhi had opposed apartheid in South Africa, where he was then a practicing lawyer, and called for a movement based on non-violence, truthfulness and peaceful negotiations on the issue of apartheid. On his return to India, he appeared as a fakir, only wearing loin clothes. Suit boot loin clothes. A common Indian was able to identify with him easily. He gave a call of non-violent movement against foreign rule. Eminent persons of great stature, such as Nehru, Patel, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Netaji Bose, and hordes of others followed Mahatma Gandhi. Sardar Patel organized Satyagraha at Bardoli. Dr. Rajendra Prasad gave a similar call in Champaran. Nehru gave a call for organizing peasants, Kisan workers, youth and students. Encouraged founding of Kisan Sabha, Trade Union Congress and student federations. In 1929, in the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, Indian National Congress declared complete independence from British rule as its goal. Gandhi declared Nehru as his political successor. Mahatma Gandhi was against wars and non-violence. Truth and non-violence was his slogan. This he called Satyagraha. He used economic weapons like boycotting British manufactured goods instead of violence. Negotiations and not talks, and not wars, were the slogans of Mahatma. These principles attracted huge masses world over. These principles of negotiations over war have great relevance in the turbulent world of today and shall be recognized as such. Breakup of apartheid in South Africa under the leadership of Nelson Mandela gave further credence to Gandhian principles, with world having huge nuclear stockpile enough to destroy our planet multiple times. If in wrong hands, principles of negotiations and peace over war should be strongly pursued. Present-day India has failed to realize its full potential, as Gandhian doctrine of honesty and truthfulness has been ignored. Political expediency, caste, religion, and region have threatened to tear the fabric of Indian nation on numerous occasions. We Indians should encourage vociferous, should discourage vociferous tendencies in body politics and promote the cause of a united and strong India based on non-violence. It is important to remember Nobel laureate Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore and his vision of India as stated in his work Gitanjali. I am quoting here. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from depths of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where clear stream of reason has not lost its way into dreary desert land of dead habits, where mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. You have followed that. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore's poem I was quoting. USA and India have strong role as leading democracies of the world to shape the destiny of the world. These democracies need to promote and implement principles of Gandhi in a big way to make the world a safer and better place to live. On 62nd anniversary, let us together pay homage to Mahatma Gandhi and share his vision of peaceful world and a just international order. Thank you, sir.
Ashish graduated in BS in Computer Science from Georgia Tech, Atlanta in 2003. He then worked for 2 years with Deloitte Consulting in USA. He then decided to quit the job and volunteer for 2 years in rural Bagara, Rajasthan in India, under IndiCorp, a USA-based NGO, in their Grassroots Development Laboratory project. It was a community development project focusing on education, health, and employment. The contribution of Ashish was to introduce computer technology in the rural setting. Now, he plans to pursue his MBA in social entrepreneurship at Ross School of Business, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Please give it up for Ashish Gupta.
There was indeed inspiring words from Narayanji. And maybe to follow that up, I'd like to say something, and please follow me if you know what comes next. Bharat Mata Ki! 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 Okay. Now that looks like some Indians might be here. Okay. My name is Ashish Gupta. And I too am from Bloomington, like everyone.